I've been getting a ton of messages lately about the new Sony 98-inch 4K Ultra HD TV, the X90L series, and I've been hearing gamers, movie buffs, and even folks who just want a massive screen for the living room all saying it's finally worth the upgrade. The buzz has been building for weeks, and honestly, I was curious to see if the hype matched the specs, especially now that the PlayStation 5 can push the limits of what a TV should deliver. So I pulled it out of the box, set it up, and spent a couple of days testing it with everything from blockbuster films to fast-paced shooters. Link is in the description if you want to check the product details on Amazon. First off, the picture quality really stands out. Sony's cognitive processor XR works behind the scenes, analyzing each frame and adjusting brightness, contrast, and color on the fly. In practice, that means your favorite sci-fi movie doesn't just look bright. It actually feels more immersive because the dark space scenes keep their depth while the explosions pop without washing out. The full-array LED backlight adds to that by giving local dimming zones a chance to create deeper blacks in a dimly lit room, so you can finally enjoy those nighttime streaming sessions without straining your eyes. If you own a PlayStation 5, the TV's HDMI 2.1 support is a real convenience. I tested a few titles that run at 120 frames per second, like Ratchet & Clank, Rift Apart, and the TV kept up without any noticeable lag or frame drops. The dedicated game menu is another nice touch. It aggregates picture settings, HDMI handshake information, and even lets you toggle the VR, variable refresh rate, mode without digging through the main settings tree. That means you can jump straight from a movie night to a gaming marathon without constantly fiddling with the picture mode. Streaming is another area where this TV shines. Sony's BRAVIA Core service is built into the platform, and it streams high bitrate content that's often reserved for premium cinema releases. I tried a few titles that claim HDR Dolby Vision, and the colors stayed true, especially in scenes with a lot of foliage or skin tones. Because it runs Google TV under the hood, you get quick voice search and a unified app shelf, so you don't have to juggle multiple remotes or remember which streaming app holds which series. One practical benefit I noticed is how well the TV handles mixed lighting conditions. My living room has a large window that lets in a lot of natural light during the day, but the evenings are dim. The TV's automatic brightness optimizer recognized the change and brightened the image just enough to stay visible without blowing out the highlights. Families with kids will appreciate this because the screen stays readable even when the house gets a little chaotic. Another everyday perk is the built-in speaker system. While I eventually hooked up a soundbar for full cinematic sound, the built-in tweeters and mids deliver clear dialogue, which is great for a quick news update or a YouTube tutorial. The sound isn't booming, but it's clean enough that you don't have to turn the volume up ridiculous levels in a medium-sized room. Now, let's talk about a couple of things that give the TV an edge, and a few quirks that might be worth considering. What I like most is the combination of size and pixel density. At 98 inches, you're getting a massive canvas, yet the 4K resolution keeps everything crisp, so you can sit a comfortable distance away and still see fine details. The second plus is the comprehensive gaming suite. The TV's low input lag, VR support, and auto-low latency mode really make it feel like a dedicated gaming monitor, something you don't see with most large-screen TVs. On the downside, the built-in Android Google TV interface can feel a bit slower than some of the newer OSes, especially when you first power it on after a reboot. Also, the physical stand is fairly bulky, so if you're aiming for a sleek wall mount look you'll need a sturdy bracket. Overall, the Sony X90L feels like a solid middle ground between premium flagship models and more budget-friendly options. The picture quality, gaming features, and integrated streaming services make it a worthwhile upgrade if you're already thinking about a larger screen, or if you want a TV that can truly keep pace with next-gen consoles. If you're on the fence because of price, just weigh the everyday conveniences against the cost. You'll likely find that the combination of size, performance, and built-in smart features justifies the investment. Thanks for hanging out and hearing my take on this massive Sony display. If you're interested in taking a closer look or maybe snagging one for your own home theater, remember the link is below. Catch you in the next video.